I don't live for myself anymore. I live for my children, and after that, I live for my parents, because without them, I wouldn't be where I'm at today.
How long do we get to see Bam for?
I've always told my coaches that I want to box past 30 years old.
Charlotte Daly with Mel Sport Boxing, joined by the one and only Bam. How are you doing?
Good, thank you.
Thanks for inviting us into camp. Look, one of the first things I noticed about being in here was the atmosphere, the people around. You only have to walk 5 meters and you're bumping into a world champion or somebody that's soon to become a world champion. It's a good gym to be involved in, isn't it?
Yeah, this is the best gym in all of boxing. Robert Garcia, he won Coach of the Year last year for a reason. He has many champions, many fighters on their way to being champions. So just being around that kind of environment, around that kind of energy, just pushes you to be a greater fighter every day.
Also, with your training in particular, normally fighters will come in, they'll do a session, they'll go home, they'll relax, and then they'll do another session.
Yeah.
You came in, you were sparring, you're on the pads, you're on the bags, then you did S&C. Is that how you normally like to do things? Just get it all out in one?
I prefer it that way, just because after, I'm done for the rest of the day. On non-sparring days, I go for a run later on during the day. But other than that, this is how it's been done since, I believe, like 2020 during the COVID time. We started doing our routine this way, and I like it a lot better than when I was doing it before then, because every day was 2 sessions a day, and it kind of just tired me out a little bit more. So once I'm done in the gym, I'm done for the day, and I really enjoy that. I can spend more time with my family and just relax until the next training day.
You had some good rounds in the gym today. Sparring day is typically fighters' favorite days.
Yeah.
But for you have people lining up at the door wanting to spar you and to show off and prove themselves when they're sparring you. What's your take on it?
That just makes me a better fighter. Each sparring, I sparred Edwin Soto. He's a former WBO world champion himself, so that kind of sparring just pushes me to be a greater fighter. Sharpens my skills for my fight come November 22nd.
Look, you've succeeded so much already, and you've achieved so much already at such a young age overall. Do you think that potentially for you used to say that you never really got a childhood because you always got to box and you always had to train, you always had to do things. Do you think it was almost come too early for you? Do you think you would have likened to have a bit more of that childhood and then peaked later?
No, it all happened for a reason. The life I live now is most likely a lot better than I would have had as a child. Just the sacrifices I made at an early age, it gives me a reason to live to this day, and I just want to keep accomplishing what I've been doing, just so my kids can have a childhood that I didn't have, and they get to enjoy it and don't have to worry about the career later on until they're adults themselves.
Talking about sacrifice, you gave up so much in your childhood, but also your parents as well sacrificed a lot. I know you said before about your dad, he even kind of got fired from one of his jobs before because he always wanted to be there for you and support you. How has that shaped you as a fighter?
Just seeing that as a kid, knowing what they sacrificed. As a kid, I didn't really understand what was going on with their lives, but now that I'm an older adult myself, I realize that, like I said, my dad, he got fired from his job. He had to miss multiple days, and he wasn't getting paid off for those days, and my mom was working double just to cover our costs of the travel and bills back home. So just realizing the sacrifices they made as an adult today, it pushes me more and more each day, and I just want to be able to give back to them, and just that's my way of thanking them for what they sacrificed when I was a kid.
Yeah, it must feel good being able to give back to them. I think you said before about giving one of your parents a house and giving someone a car and things like that. It must feel nice to be able to do that.
Yeah, that's what it's all about. I don't live for myself anymore. I live for my children, and after that, I live for my parents, because without them, I wouldn't be where I'm at today. If it weren't for those sacrifices that they made, then I probably wouldn't be where I'm at today. So I'm just living for them now. I'm accomplishing these things in the sport for them. Keep winning these fights, getting bigger paydays, and just giving back to them.
Yeah,
that's what it's all about.
Like, your parents sacrificed a lot, and you and one of your brothers boxed, and then one of your brothers didn't box.
Yeah.
You joke about the fact that he wasn't getting Christmas presents and birthday presents.
No, it's not even a joke. It was really like that. I think in our third year of boxing, we stopped getting gifts. Me, my other brother that was boxing, and then my other brother was just going to school and traveling with us. But yeah, he sacrificed just as much as my parents as well. He like you said, he didn't get birthday presents, he didn't get Christmas presents. He was just sacrificing that for me and my brother as well. So I mean, I like to give back to him as well to this day.
Did that bring an element of pressure, though, the fact that these people were giving up things for you because they wanted to help you pursue your career? Did it bring an element of pressure that you had to succeed and you had to do well?
Not pressure, but just more motivation, just knowing what they sacrificed and the fact that I wanted to always give back to them. That just pushes me to this day. That's one of my main priorities is giving back to them.
You dropped out of school to continue pursuing the boxing career. Was there any doubts at any point that you had made the wrong decision, that you should have stuck in school and you shouldn't have committed to this?
Nah, I mean, I risked it. I took a risk, and I believed in my abilities and what I could accomplish in the sport, and it all paid off. Because I mean, look where I'm at today. If I stayed in school, who knows what would have happened? I mean, I probably wouldn't be as far as I am today, but I would have been very well on my way. But I mean, I dropped out, and look at what I became today. So.
Well, you've certainly been successful, but there was a moment when you started your amateur career. I think was it the first 3 amateur fights you
first
lost?
3 fights I lost. Yes.
What made you stick to it? What made you keep going at that point?
I just didn't have anything else going on in my life at the time. I was in school. I wasn't playing any other sports, so I just wanted to. I guess as a kid, I just wanted to stay busy, do fun things with my brothers. And at the time, my brother was boxing, so going to the gym with him was fun for me. And yeah, I was just fighting just to fight. And like you said, I lost my first 3 fights, and then that 4th fight I won, and it was actually against the kid I'd lost to first. It was my first amateur fight. I avenged that loss in my 4th fight. So after that, I kind of just fell in love with it and stuck with it.
Yeah, that feeling of getting that win must have been.
It was my first win, and then to avenge my first loss it made it that much better.
Would you say that was the moment then that it clicked and you knew that you were going to be successful?
Yeah, I mean, as a kid, you don't really think about that deep, but it kind of did push me to just keep going and keep winning fights. And then a few fights after that, I won my first belt in my first tournament, and I think that's when I really took it to the next step, fell in love with it, and gave it my all.
You also linked up with Robert Garcia.
Yeah.
You've known him since the amateur days. You've known him before turning professional. What was it about him that drew you to him, and the fact that you wanted to link up with him?
Well, at the time, I was 12 years old when I first found out about Robert Garcia. He had a fighter at the time, Nonito Donaire, and I was watching a lot of his fights, and that's when I started paying attention to the coaching that Robert was doing, and I found out he had other fighters like Brandon Rios and Mikey Garcia. So at that time, I just started paying more attention. He became my favorite trainer, and I always see him on HBO and Showtime and just imagine myself like in their shoes. And that year I met him, but 3 years later I ended up training him in his gym in Riverside.
You've shown him a lot of loyalty, and you've always said that you want to finish your career with him.
Yeah.
A lot of boxers these days aren't quite so loyal. People flip-flop regularly. Do you think that that's a trait that is kind of a negative in boxing, that people do jump ship when things potentially get tough?
Yeah, I mean, I've always been a loyal person. I've always trusted Robert since I was 15 years old, and we've built that chemistry up until this day. I feel like having that trust is very important when you go into the kind of fights that I'm in now, World Championship fights. You got to have that trust in your trainer and just trust in your abilities. So I feel like me and Robert as a team, we just click, and I mean, that's where we are today.
In terms of your style, you used to be, and still in an element are, a come forward fighter, but you said it was only when you started watching Lomachenko that you started to really think about your footwork.
Yeah.
Did you kind of assess all of the tapes and drill it here in the gym? How did it work?
Yeah. Before Lomachenko, I was just like you said, I would just come forward and throw punches, try to stop my opponents in the amateurs, because you don't have as much time in the amateurs as you do the pros. So I was just trying to get them out of there as quick as I can.
I think your mindset as well is another thing. Like you said before that you don't get nervous before fights. The only one was Sonny.
Yeah.
That blows my mind, the fact that you don't get nervous, because even when you're at the absolute top, surely there's some sort of nerves going into a fight.
It's not like necessarily nervous, but I just get anxious. I want to get in there and just get it out the way. But yeah, the only reason I got nervous for Sonny was because the things he was saying, and if I were to lose that fight, then it would just make me look bad. So that kind of just made me a little bit nervous. But other than that, like you said, it's a mindset thing. I mean, this is what I've been doing since I was 10 years old. So it's just really any other day to me. I trust in my hard work in the gym. I trust in my coaches to give me the perfect game plan to go out there and get the win. So it's just a matter of going in there and getting it done.
You said there about the things being said in the build-up. This kind of generation of boxers have to deal with social media
Yeah.
and everything like that. Things are being clipped up, put online. People are almost saying stuff for the engagement
Yeah.
on socials. Do you mind that? Do you dislike that? Do you wish there was less of that?
I don't mind it. I mean, I've been a part of social media, like people talking about it, but I mean, I just look at it and laugh at it because I mean, most of those people don't even have a profile picture. So the way I see it, they're insecure about themselves. They don't have anything going on in their lives. So I see it, push it to the side and keep moving. If you let that get to you, then it's just gonna, bring your confidence down. You can't have that. So I don't mind it. It makes me laugh. Just keep it moving. If anything, it just makes me want to go out there and prove them wrong.
Yeah. But back to the kind of mindset of boxing. You've always said that you take a round or two to assess your opponent and then
Yeah.
action whatever plan it is. Obviously, you and Robert have an idea of what you want to do before you go into
Yeah.
a fight, but it's those opening rounds. How important do you think it is to be able to think on your feet rather than going in and you see some boxers where they're kind of looking to the corner and they need that instruction or the game plan isn't going according to plan and
Yeah.
it throws them off? How valuable do you think it is your ability to think on your feet?
I mean, the boxing IQ it's a huge part of my style. I've been blessed with just natural boxing IQ. So, like I said before, I don't ever watch film because you can tell yourself I'm gonna do this, and your opponent just goes out there and does a whole complete different thing and throws you out your game, starts messing with your mind. So that's why I don't watch film. I just go out there and pick up what they're doing the first few rounds and go from there.
Yes. You managed to keep your composure against the likes of Estrada when you went down in the 6th, I think it was,
Yeah.
and then stopped him in the 7th. That's kind of almost new territory for you. What is it like dealing with that, and what's going through your mind in moments like that when you're in the ring?
When I got caught, I did get a little it was just a quick flash knockdown. I got up right away and just left it off. But yeah, I've always wanted to be a part of a fight like that where I knocked them down, they knocked me down, and then, like you said, I finished him in the next round. So I feel like it just made the fight that much more entertaining, and it's a fight that people will talk about for years to come. So, I mean, it's a part of the job. It happens to the best. I got up and finished the job, so that's all that matters at the end of the day.
Look, you're back in action in November on a stacked card. Unbelievable card to begin with, isn't it? The fact that we're getting things like this put on,
Yeah.
A couple of years ago, who would have thought we'd get a card with this amount of high caliber fights on it?
Yeah, I mean, David Benavidez, Devin Haney, Abdullah Mason, that's something that, people dream about. Like, cars like this are made of dreams. So the fact that Turkey's able to put these together it's what boxing needed at this point. So, I mean, I'm more excited for this fight than my last fight. In my last fight, I was a main event in my home state. So that says a lot about this card, how action-packed it is, and how exciting it's going to be for fight fans. So just to be a part of something, a card like this, it's an honor.
It's quite unusual. You were training for your last fight, and then this fight got announced whilst you were getting ready for that fight.
Yeah.
How do you keep your mindset on the job at hand without thinking about this future mega card that you're going to be involved in?
It was weird because I didn't even agree to them announcing it. They kind of just announced it on their own, and I just
Saw it with everyone else.
Yeah, I knew the fight was gonna happen. I knew it was on the table. I knew things. If I were to beat Cafu, then this is what was gonna come. But then they announced it out of nowhere, and I kind of just damn, it was a little bit pressure during training, during the fight. But I knew if I didn't get past Cafu, then this fight wouldn't even have happened. So I just kept that in the back of my mind, and it just motivated me more just to get the job done against Cafu.
Yeah. Martinez, an all-action kind of pressure fighter. What do you make of him?
He's a great fighter. He beat Ioka in his home country, Japan, twice, back to back. So that says a lot. I know he's coming very motivated to come and take what I have. But I mean, this is just any other fight to me. I take it as they come. Just get the job done.
We said earlier about the fact that you've achieved so much at such a young age in the grand scheme of things. How do you stay motivated when you've got kind of big fights, unification fights, the kind of undisputed fights, achieving everything at such a young age? What then enthuses you after that?
Well, now it's really just my kids. I have a daughter right now. I have a son on the way, so I know things are gonna get expensive. So I just gotta keep accomplishing what I've been doing, keep making as much money as I can, keep winning belts. I mean, if you don't have the belts, then the money doesn't come. So the belts are more important than anything, and the money will come along with that. So just knowing I have a family to feed and a family looking after me is just, I gotta keep doing what I'm doing, stay motivated, stay level-headed.
Talking of your family, they're here today. They come to training with you all the time. It's kind of unusual because some boxers like to seclude themselves, and some people won't even have a phone call with their family during
Yeah.
camp, whereas you're the complete opposite. What's your rationale behind it?
Now, if it weren't for my family being here, then I probably would have gone crazy already. Just since the start of fight, they've been coming with me, and it just makes me feel like I'm back home. Having them around me, having my daughter and my girlfriend here with me, it just makes me a better person overall. Like I said, whenever they go back home, I'm just like lonely and like nothing to do. So just having them there with me, having playtime with my daughter, just yeah, that's what it's all about. My last camp, my daughter started walking out here, so I left him back home, then I would have missed that. But yeah, like I said earlier, I have a son on the way, and they're gonna go home on Sunday, so it's gonna be a little hard, but that just pushes me more to get the job done November 22nd.
Must be slightly exhausting though, doing what we've just seen you do in the gym and then running around at home with your daughter.
Yeah,
No?
I mean, it's fun. Just you got to separate the gym from family time. That's what I'm able to do. So the fact that I'm even able to financially afford bringing them, it's a blessing.
You mentioned their belts a minute ago. Obviously, you've said before that you want to move up the divisions, that you want to be multi-weight champion. How does that look for you? Because obviously, the younger you are, the more you probably want to stay in the lower weights because of the cutting of the weight,
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
move up the weights. So, what are you kind of envisioning the roadmap looking, and how heavy do you think you'll go to?
Yeah, well, right now my short-term goal is just to become undisputed. I'm 2 fights away from that. So, say I do get past November 22nd, I'll have one more belt to collect. So that's my main focus right now. But as far as a year or two from now, I just want to, like you said, keep moving up weight classes, and eventually I feel like I'll end up in the 126 division when it's all said and done.
Is it slightly frustrating that you find almost that the lighter weights maybe don't get the credit they deserve unless they move up multiple divisions and win multiple weight categories?
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of great fighters in the lower weight divisions that don't get attention, but I've been blessed with my style. Just people like to see me fight, and I mean, this goes to show the card that I'm on. I'm the opening bout, I believe, for this card. So a lower fighter division like myself to be on a platform like this is just a blessing. Not many fighters at my weight division get the opportunity. So the fact that I'm able to not only put on for myself but put on for the lower division it's a blessing.
You've always said that you want to make sure that you achieve what you achieve and kind of get out of the game early as such.
Yes.
How long do we get to see BAM for, and what does life after boxing look like for you?
I've always told my coaches that I want to box past 30 years old. So 25 right now. I'll be 26 in January. So like 4 years left on my career, and then after that, just invest my money. I've always talked about opening up my own coffee shop, so I want to do that. Even before I retire, I want to open that up and just have something to fall back on.
What's your favorite coffee?
My go-to is a vanilla latte, but lately I've been in cold brews. I've been into cold brews with cold foam. Yeah.
Look, I just want to get your take on a few other fights that are happening. I've heard you say before that some of your favourite fighters are Javonta, Shakur,
Yeah.
Terrence, those sort of guys. What do you make of the Tank fight with Jake Paul?
I mean, Tank's gonna get paid, so he's gonna be able to provide for his family, and really that's all that matters. People can talk and say things about him, but he's being smart. He's looking out for himself and his family. I mean, I don't have anything else to say about that. He's just doing what's best for himself.
Shakur and Teofimo Lopez are potentially going to be fighting.
Yeah.
What do you make of that as a matchup? And do you think the criticism of Shakur is unfair about his fighting style?
Yeah, I mean, Shakur's a great fighter. I've always said it. I've always been a fan of his style. I mean, people can say what they want, but true boxing fans can appreciate his style and what he does in the ring. But as far as those two fighting, I'm a fan of both of them. I have a good friendship with both of them as well. So may the best man win. The fans will win for sure. That'd be a great fight.
Terrence Crawford's beating Canelo. Does that make him the new face of boxing?
I believe so. A lot of people counted him out, saying that Canelo was gonna knock him out, but I mean, he went out there and just made a lot easier fight than a lot of people thought. But Crawford, he's one of the best, and I believe beating Canelo made in the face of bars.
Where do you think he goes next?
Either defend his, his undisputed championship at 168 or go to 160 and become undisputed there.
Oh, amazing. Thank you so much. And we're looking forward to seeing you actually in
Thank you.
November.
Appreciate it.